Hi everyone. Okay, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me, and I have been reflecting on a couple of women in the music business that have really inspired me, and I just wanted to start this video with a little story. Tina Turner, loved her so much, and Cher. Now Cher is 78, she's still performing. I don't know whether you've actually seen her in live shows or on TV or videos, but yeah, she's hot. I mean, she's really active, looks amazing, very fit. She is just on fire. And Tina Turner was the same. I mean, she died when she was in her 80s, I think, but you go back and look at her videos, she just was, just sharing her energy in just a beautiful, passionate way. When I look at Cher, it's the same. Anyway, they were doing an interview with, I think it was Barbara Walters or someone, and they were both maybe in their 60s, 60s, 70s. And I think it was Oprah said to her, so guys, what do you think about aging? And Tina Turner kind of looked down, and then Cher said, oh, it sucks. And it was like, and Tina Turner just cracked up, and it does. It's like, what? Who would say? Honestly, it's different. It's like, it's not the most, fun activity that we could think of, doing on a Sunday afternoon, aging. I mean, it is a limiting factor in so many things that we want to do. And so it doesn't have to be, but, but that's how it's portrayed in society. So I just want to chat though about, there's one word that can actually impact the way that you age. And I know this is going to sound really kind of strange, but they've done the research. I mean, I'll put the link to the article here underneath the video, because it's such an interesting point. And it's basically how we think about aging has a direct impact on how long we live. And it's such a powerful word that if we can incorporate this into our lives, we will find that we can break the age code, the coding. And there's a doctor, her name is Dr. Levy, and she wrote a book called Breaking the Age Code. And it basically shows that people who put this one word into their lives and live it with all their heart and soul are ones that actually live longer. And that word is positivity. Okay, Margaret, we've all heard positivity, be positive. It's such a word that's overused. But no, if you look at aging in a positive way, if you perceive aging as a positive. Now, I think when Cher said that it sucks, I think she actually meant that positively as a joke, because one of her biggest positive aging, activities is that she's got a sense of humor. She laughs. She's very funny. And I watch her interviews, and I find, I just find her whole life so fascinating. When I was in college, they used to call me Cher because I had very, very long hair. I think I've showed you a picture of me in high school, but, it was dark, and I had bangs like she did, and, when she was in the Sunny and Cher days. But anyway, the point is, I think that she and Tina Turner were both incredibly positive people, are still Cher. And I think that Tina Turner was also amazingly positive about her life, considering all the stuff that she went through. So I think compared to the study that Dr. Levy showed, is that people with a negative perception about aging, like it's just a drag, it's a nuisance, it's like really unbearable, those types of words, uncomfortable, lonely, anxious, all those words that you could describe your aging process, they don't live as long. According to the research. I mean, there's going to be exceptions at all ends of the spectrum, but I just found it so interesting. And I do agree that the word positivity, if you have a positive attitude to living, you are going to have a better chance at living a healthy, you're going to do that. I mean, I think that one of the things that she talks about in the book is that if you have a positive attitude, you're going to do positive things. Like you're going to eat well, you're going to sleep properly, you're going to make friends, you're going to celebrate love in your life, you're going to be open to opportunities. Maybe be more creative, more compassionate, because just thinking positively leads you to making those good decisions that actually contribute to a healthier, a longer life. And I mean this in years. I mean, it's actually been proven. According to her, she says you can add 7 years to your life with using this one simple word of positivity. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyway, I'm just going to keep an open mind to it. I'm looking at my pieces of paper here, and I think I've got a page that's stuck together. Yeah. So she talks about the mind-body connection and how people have lower risk of cognitive disabilities and dementia, and Alzheimer's when they are thinking positively. Their memory and concentration are some of the byproducts of this healthy attitude to aging. And also, she believes that with physical aging, that you actually have less heart challenges. I mean, heart disease is actually one of the biggest killers of older people, and the same with, of course, cancer. But I mean, I don't know. Cancer to me just seems so random. I just don't know how thinking positively about anything is going to make you less likely to be, unfortunately, a cancer victim or survivor. There's so many women that are survivors of cancer now. But I think definitely with heart, other sort of physical problems where you can make choices in your life, better foods, better activity, movement, exercise. You can do those things, and that you have, with a positive attitude, a longer life as a result of those good decisions. We've already talked about that. So this is the three things she talks about are kind of indicators of how positive you are in your attitude to aging. First thing is it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you use negative words, if you use negative descriptors for your aging process, it will happen. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I remember reading a book once about kids, and it said, what was it called? The continuum concept. And it was about a culture where they let, in South America, I think, where they let children use knives when they were young, to cut food and cut things. And they used to let them climb along cliffs without worrying about them falling over. And it was just because they didn't ever think they would do it. Like, it was just, and I remembered when my kids were younger and they used to be running, and I'd say, it's going to end in tears. And the second I would say that, one of them would fall. I mean, it was just almost like, I don't mean that in a funny way because it's stuck in my brain, but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get wrinkles. I'm gonna look old. My hair is falling out, my eyebrows. I'm just doing my own things. It's like, no, it's gonna happen. It will happen. Self-fulfilling becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe that you're too old to do something, then you are too old. You will be too old. Now, to be fair, when I got on my cruise recently, I sent pictures to the kids, and there was a water slide that was like, like this, through several decks and up and down, and it was water slide, and on the top deck down. And I sent it to the kids, and Max, of course, my grandson said, Baba, you've got to do the slide. Do the slide. Do the slide. And it's like, no, I'm too old. I don't care. And I used the expression, I'm too old. And it was like, I meant it. I mean, I am too old to do water slides. I probably could have done it if I didn't have a negative attitude towards it, but I'm not going to do that. But that's the point. Also, it does something to your hormones. So you get this hormonal and psychological impact. When you're nervous, when you're stressed, when your cortisol levels are high, you are going to do damage to your body. You can hurt your liver, your kidneys, all your organs are going to be affected. And of course, it depends on how you're eating and your diet and all that kind of thing as well. But positive attitudes decrease stress, and that improves your health. And so it's potentially true that you can live longer. I don't know if you believe any of this or whether it makes any sense, but I'm going on the basis that positivity is going to help me, and hopefully you agree with me on this one. So another thing you can do to shift things you can do to shift your attitude about this is start doing things that you have a little bit of a fear about, or that you have a hesitation about. Don't do the slides necessarily, but try to do things. Travel, get out into the world, learn new languages, learn new things, learn new skills. Do things that when the average person might say, oh, I'm too old to do that. Too old to start a business. Too old to write the book. Too old to whatever, to walk the Camino Santiago. I'm too old to travel to Japan anymore. You're not. Well, you might be if you've got medical issues, of course. I mean, if you've got physical issues and you've got some financial, concerns, all those things play into it. I'm not saying that there aren't challenges, but I think just by changing your attitude to positivity, you can do really good things towards living a longer, healthier, happier life. What do you think? You think that's true? Positivity, big word, good word? I hope so. I think it is. I really, truly do. When people ask me, how do you keep your energy, Margaret? Well, it's positivity. I really, truly believe in that. And I hope that you do too. So if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, like it. And join the community here if you haven't already on YouTube, and then check out our other things. We've got the website, we've got a newsletter that comes out every day. We've got with new articles. We've got bloggers who write tons of good articles on the website, and also we've got Facebook, of course, Pinterest, a big Pinterest group actually. We have a very large community on Pinterest, and also the Patreon supporters group. All these things are here for you on 60andMe. It's not just this channel. Twitter, TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm everywhere because I have a positive attitude about all these things, truthfully. I think they've all got some value. Just have to get around the edges of the extremists. Anyway, have a really wonderful day, everybody. Take good care of yourselves. Please come and join our Patreon group. We need you there. We need your support, to be honest. And we don't want to start having to charge any money for our videos and our all the content that we do. But that's the only way we make money, is through our supporters group and our ads. And I'd rather do that personally than not have to raise the money to charge you for joining a community of some kind. I'm happy to keep it free. I want to do that, but I need your support. So join our Patreon group. That would be a huge help. Patreon.com/60andme. Okay, everybody, take good care. Lots and lots of love. Bye for now.